The Natural Capital Declaration is a commitment by the finance industry to increasingly take account of natural capital considerations in their future investment and lending decisions. What that means is that the banking sector, investors, and the insurance sector all have an impact on natural capital around the world. And what the declaration is trying to do is develop a methodology which will allow them to take account of those impacts on natural capital.
For too long, we have valued the wrong things and undervalued the damage we're doing to the natural resources upon which we all depend. And unless we move, both as governments and as the private sector, to developing a more holistic picture of the resources we draw on and the sustainability of our activities, we will keep repeating the mistakes of the past.
It is obvious that we can no longer talk about green economy without mentioning the natural and social capital. Therefore, the integration of all assets in our national accounting system is an obligation to really reflect the richness of a country.
We at the World Bank Group believe that this is absolutely fundamental to the move towards inclusive green growth, and Denmark really is, together with a number of other countries, leading the way in our understanding of what green growth really means.
We need public-private cooperation. We need the private sector as part of the solution rather than as part of the problem. The politicians set the regulatory framework, while researchers and private companies turn the political visions into concrete solutions and results.
About 100 of the biggest companies in the world use about 15% of these natural resources. So in fact, focusing on these 100 companies, you can change whole industries.
I am convinced that the preservation of natural capital has to become the new collective challenge of the financial world and of financial institutions.
Without innovation and engagement in the business and financial communities and a flow of financial capital, many of the solutions we need to ensure we protect and enhance natural capital won't be accessible.
We understand, and it's been well explained at this Rio Summit and others, that natural capital is the absolutely fundamental foundation of our society. It's an economic asset, it's an ecological asset, it's a social asset. And unless we find a way of accounting for how we are using that asset, I think we're heading for some difficult times.
This is a very exciting time to have the finance sector, that's banks, investors and insurers, putting up their hand and alongside the banks and the corporate sector today saying that we need to do something about accounting for nature. This declaration has teeth. It is not a set of principles. It is a commitment to action.